Hello friends, and welcome to my channel. Here, we explore the fascinating world of coins from around the globe, from rare old coins to modern treasures. If you love history, culture, and collecting, you're in the right place. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to stay connected with our journey into the history of money. The 1995 Australia 5-cent coin featuring Queen Elizabeth II is a small yet historically significant piece of Australian currency that represents the continuity of the nation's decimal coinage system, its connection to the British monarchy, and the country's numismatic heritage. This coin is part of the Australian decimal series first introduced in 1966, replacing the pre-decimal pound system. The 5-cent coin is among the lowest denominations still in circulation today and is made primarily from a copper-nickel alloy, designed to balance durability with cost efficiency. Although it seems minor in value, it carries deep symbolic, historical, and artistic importance. The obverse side front of the 1995 Australian 5-cent coin displays a right-facing portrait of Queen Elizabeth II, designed by Raphael Maklouf. His portrait of the Queen was introduced in 1985 and remained in use until 1998. It shows the Queen wearing the George IV state diadem, which is adorned with diamonds, pearls, crosses, and floral emblems symbolizing the nations of the United Kingdom, the Rose of England, the Thistle of Scotland, and the Shamrock of Ireland. Around her portrait is the inscription, Elizabeth II Australia 1995, identifying both the monarch and the issuing nation. This side of the coin represents Australia's constitutional monarchy and continued allegiance to the crown, even as the nation developed a strong independent identity during the late 20th century. The reverse side back of the coin features the image of an echidna, one of Australia's most unique native animals, designed by Stuart Devlin, who was the official goldsmith and jeweler to the Queen. The echidna design has remained unchanged since 1966 and symbolizes Australia's distinct wildlife and natural beauty. The echidna, also known as the spiny anteater, is one of only two egg-laying mammals monotremes in the world, the other being the platypus. Its presence on the coin highlights the country's commitment to representing its biodiversity through its national symbols. Devlin's intricate design captures the echidna's fine details, its quills, snout, and claws, showing both artistic craftsmanship and national pride. In terms of physical specifications, the 1995 Australian 5-cent coin is made of 75% copper and 25% nickel, giving it a silvery appearance. It weighs 2.83 grams, has a diameter of 19.41 millimeters, and features a reeded edge. The coin was struck at the Royal Australian Mint in Canberra, which has produced all Australian circulating coins since 1966. The Mint's high-quality production methods ensure that even small denomination coins like the 5-cent piece maintain durability and detailed engraving that lasts for decades in circulation. The mintage of the 1995 5-cent coin was quite large, with over 92 million coins produced, meaning it is not considered rare in general circulation. However, collectors still seek coins from this year in uncirculated or proof condition, especially those in mint sets. The coin's value typically remains close to face value unless in pristine condition, where it might appeal to numismatists interested in completing full-year sets or studying die varieties, minting errors, or metal quality. Occasionally, minor minting flaws such as die cracks, off-center strikes, or double strikes can add to a coin's collectible worth. Historically, the 1995 5-cent coin represents a period of Australian coinage when the nation was modernizing yet maintaining traditional ties. During this time, the country was debating issues such as republicanism and national identity, yet the Queen's portrait continued to appear on all currency as a reminder of continuity, stability, and the shared history of the Commonwealth. The coin's consistent design also symbolizes reliability in Australia's currency system, showing that even through political, social, and economic evolution, the core elements of national representation remained steady. From an artistic point of view, the coin's dual design, pairing a regal portrait on one side and native fauna on the other, captures the essence of Australia's blend of heritage and environment. Raphael Maklouf's portrait was chosen for its dignified, mature depiction of the Queen, reflecting her status and experience after more than 3 decades on the throne. Stuart Devlin's reverse design showcases his talent for combining realism with stylized form, ensuring that the tiny coin surface conveys depth, texture, and motion. In terms of numismatic study, the 1995 issue is important as part of the broader timeline of Australian coinage portrait transitions. It stands between the 1985-1998 Maklouf effigy and the later 1999-2018 Ian Rank Broadley portrait, making it part of an identifiable design era. Collectors and historians often group coins by these effigy changes to study shifts in artistic interpretation, minting technology, and national identity through the evolving image of the Queen. Today, as of the 21st century, the 1995 Australian 5-cent coin remains legal tender and continues to circulate widely, though the denomination itself is under discussion for potential future withdrawal due to its low purchasing power and production cost exceeding its face value. Nonetheless, millions of these coins remain in use and in collections worldwide, serving as small metallic reminders of Australia's rich cultural heritage, its monarchy, and its enduring natural symbols. Even though its value may be small, the 1995 5-cent coin encapsulates decades of tradition, artistry, and national identity, standing as both a monetary tool and a miniature piece of Australian history. Next coin. The 1989 Australia 5-cent coin featuring Queen Elizabeth II is a fascinating and historically rich piece of Australian numismatic heritage, embodying both the nation's deep connection to the British monarchy and its independent identity expressed through native wildlife and refined coin artistry. Issued by the Royal Australian Mint, this coin forms part of Australia's decimal currency system, introduced in 1966, when the country transitioned from the old pounds shillings pence structure to a modern decimal system based on the dollar and cent. The 5-cent coin, though small and often overlooked in daily life, carries immense symbolic and historical meaning as a product of national design, royal legacy, and enduring craftsmanship. The obverse side of the 1989 Australian 5-cent coin presents a right-facing effigy of Queen Elizabeth II, designed by the renowned sculptor Raphael Maklouf. This particular portrait was introduced in 1985 and was used until 1998, making it one of the most recognizable and enduring depictions of the Queen in Australian coinage. Maklouf's design aimed to portray the Queen with a sense of grace, dignity, and timelessness. The Queen is shown wearing the George IV state diadem, an ornate crown set with precious stones including diamonds and pearls, originally made for King George IV in 1820 and traditionally worn by queens to the state opening of Parliament. Around the effigy are the inscriptions, Elizabeth II Australia 1989, which identify both the monarch and the issuing country, symbolizing Australia's continuing ties to the British Commonwealth. The font and spacing of the lettering are elegant and balanced, contributing to the coin's refined visual harmony. The reverse side of the coin features the much-loved image of the short-beaked echidna, one of Australia's most unique and extraordinary native animals. This design was created by Stuart Devlin, a highly esteemed Australian artist and jeweler who also served as the official goldsmith and jeweler to Queen Elizabeth II. Devlin's echidna design first appeared in 1966 and has remained unchanged ever since, a testament to its perfection and symbolic resonance. The echidna is a monotreme, a mammal that lays eggs, and along with the platypus, it represents one of the rarest and most ancient branches of mammalian evolution. In Devlin's design, the echidna is depicted curled protectively around its spiny body, showcasing the intricate pattern of its quills and the delicacy of its small snout and claws. This imagery captures not only the animal's distinctive physical features but also its deeper connection to the Australian landscape and the uniqueness of the continent's biodiversity. The physical composition of the 1989 5-cent coin is made from a copper-nickel alloy, consisting of 75% copper and 25% nickel, giving it a silvery metallic appearance that is durable and resistant to corrosion. The coin weighs 2.83 grams, has a diameter of 19.41 mm, and a thickness of 1.30 mm. Its edge is reeded, providing a tactile feel and deterring counterfeiting. These specifications have remained standard since the coin's introduction, ensuring consistency across the decades of Australian coinage. The coin was struck at the Royal Australian Mint in Canberra, which is responsible for producing all circulating coins in the country. The Mint's production methods in the 1980s were characterized by precision engineering and high-quality control, ensuring that even low-denomination coins like the 5-cent piece maintained sharp details and longevity in circulation. In terms of mintage, the 1989 5-cent coin had a relatively large production run, with over 51 million coins minted for general circulation. This makes it a common coin in terms of availability, but it still holds collectible appeal, particularly for numismatists seeking coins in uncirculated or proof condition. The Royal Australian Mint also released proof sets in 1989, which included a specially struck 5-cent coin featuring a mirror-like finish and sharply defined relief. Such coins are sought after by collectors for their craftsmanship and pristine state. While the regular circulation coin typically holds only its face value, examples in mint condition or with unique die errors, such as doubling, off-centering, or die cracks, can command higher interest and value in the numismatic market. The historical and cultural context of the 1989 issue provides deeper insight into its significance. Australia in the late 1980s was experiencing a period of modernization and transformation, redefining its national identity while still maintaining its Commonwealth heritage. The presence of Queen Elizabeth II on the nation's coinage symbolized stability, continuity, and constitutional order, even as Australia increasingly asserted its individuality on the global stage. The pairing of the Queen's regal portrait with a native Australian animal embodies this dual identity, the enduring link to British tradition and the celebration of Australia's natural heritage and independence. From an artistic standpoint, the coin is a masterclass in miniature design. Maklouf's portrait of the Queen is more refined and idealized than earlier depictions, aiming to capture not just her likeness but her enduring grace as a monarch. Unlike the more restrained 1980 portrait by Arnold Machen, Maklouf's effigy includes greater depth and rounded contours, giving the Queen a timeless, almost sculptural presence. On the reverse, Stuart Devlin's Echidna design demonstrates incredible attention to natural detail, particularly given the coin's small surface area. Devlin's skill as a designer lies in his ability to balance intricate realism with clarity, ensuring the animal remains recognizable even after decades of circulation wear. The 1989 5-cent coin also plays a role in Australia's broader decimal coinage history, as it forms part of a continuous design series that has become iconic. Since its introduction, the 5-cent denomination has remained unchanged in both size and design, making it a symbol of consistency and tradition within Australia's evolving economy. However, discussions in recent decades have questioned the coin's practicality, as its production cost often exceeds its face value due to metal prices and inflation. Despite these debates, the coin remains legal tender and continues to circulate widely, often unnoticed yet deeply embedded in daily life and commerce. In numismatic collections, the 1989 coin is appreciated not for rarity but for its representation of an important era in Australian minting. It bridges the period between the earlier Machen effigy era, 1966-1984, and the later Rank Broadley era, 1999-2018, making it part of the Maklouf period of Australian coinage. Collectors who study portrait transitions or thematic continuity in Australian coins often value the 1989 issue as a snapshot of mid-1980s design philosophy, refined, symbolic, and enduring. The symbolism behind the coin extends beyond simple monetary use. The Queen's portrait signifies authority, stability, and the Commonwealth's shared heritage, while the Echidna represents Australia's environmental uniqueness, ancient natural history, and independence of character. Together, they tell the story of a country that honors its past while embracing its own distinct identity. In conclusion, The 1989 Australian 5-cent coin with Queen Elizabeth II and the Echidna is far more than just a small piece of metal. It is a miniature canvas that captures Australia's national story. It reflects the artistic excellence of Raphael Maklouf and Stuart Devlin, the technological precision of the Royal Australian Mint, and the enduring bond between monarchy and nationhood. Though modest in value, it remains a timeless symbol of Australian heritage, craftsmanship, and cultural evolution. The 1989 5-cent coin continues to circulate and be collected as a lasting reminder of how even the smallest denominations can hold immense historical and symbolic weight, linking generations through design, metal, and meaning.